Hey there, friends. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. It's Lisa at Hand Stamped with Lisa Preto. Welcome, welcome. What a good weekend. The weather was glorious, and I had my first trips to the garden center. So exciting. And then it poured rain all day today. So tomorrow we will plant. But I know normally for those of you who are local, you're like, it's too soon. It's not even May yet. But I looked at the forecast. No frost from now till Mother's Day. So I think we're good. So fun day at the garden center. Bought all sorts of things. I feel like I wear out the path from my place to the garden center because it's just like every week you're like, I could do this. I want to plant this. So I'm going to plant my front pots first. That's on my agenda. So we're going to do that. I got the garden, our vegetable garden, all cleaned out. Made the mistake of putting mint in with my herbs last year. And so when I uncovered it, I had a boatload of mint in there that I had to dig out. And you know, if you garden, that is some crazy stuff. So really, really good. Spring is here, almost. We are also a week away from the launch of our new catalog that launches May 5th. And so I thought it'd be a really good time to visit a couple of the new things that you're going to see in there, particularly some colors and some other things that come in the new colors, but it is simple stamping. So I'm really excited about this project because she is simple. I made 4 of them in 20 minutes. Like once you get this down, this is going to be like, also this sketch, so good. Like you will be able to use it with so many different things. I'm very excited about that. So new catalog, online exclusives, all launch next Monday, the 5th, whatever day that is. You guys know days. So we have that. And then that is also the deadline of signing up for our Silly Old Bear Craft Along. So my friends, Lisa Bowden, Julie Salva, Rosemary Gonzalez, we got together and it's 12 projects, 8 cards, 4 3D. You get a full package of designer series paper from the Silly Old Bear, which is the poo paper. Full package of that, full roll of ribbon, full embellishment package, full color PDF, and we're going to craft along via video the week of May 18th. And so I think that'll be really, really fun. I'm super excited about that. Price is $69. It includes shipping of all your goods. The poo products are going to fly. They are going to fly off the shelf. So it's a really good chance to get all the things that you need. You can add on the bundle. So you can add on 2 stamp sets, 2 die cuts, so much fun stuff. So make sure that you get signed up for that because you're going to be really, really bummed when you see everybody crafting along and you're not one of them. Just going to say, little missing out on that. So let us get stamping. So let me move my camera here, get us all set up. So I want to show you what we're going to be stamping with. Sorry, my cord is all wonky there. So there we go. So we are going to be stamping with a new bundle from the catalog. So it is all Aflutter, and it is these beautiful, you can see there's 3 butterflies. So obviously you can like stamp and stamp and stamp. You can stamp and use them once, all sorts of ways. Really great sayings as well. And this one comes with the punch. So this one comes with that butterfly, there we go, that butterfly punch. I mean, I love my die cutting machine, but I mean, old school, love a punch, so easy. So we're going to be using the All Aflutter stamp set and punch today. And then we're also going to be using this embossing folder. It is the Floral Spray 3D embossing folder, and it is so pretty. Now there's lots and lots of fancy things that you can do with it. We're going to do something I think maybe you haven't seen before. So I think this is really just really stunningly beautiful. So we're going to showcase that as well in this project, and it is going to go lickety split. So I'm going to do this particular project for you in Hydrandea Hue. Hydrandea Hue, one of the new InColors. It's that beautiful bluey purple. It is stunning. I absolutely am obsessed with this color. I think it'll be the most popular in color just because it plays so well. I do think Golden Glow is going to be a sleeper hit, but we're going to go with the Hydrandea Hue today. So let me show you what we're going to be starting with. So I have a piece of Hydrandea Hue. This is a half sheet of cardstock, so 5.5 by 8.5, and we're just going to go ahead and fold this to make our card. Like I said, this card is really simple. And I did a little bit of it beforehand because it's kind of boring if you got to wait for me to scoot over to the embossing machine, right? So really simple. We have this card. Then what I did, let me get it all fixed here so we have it all out. I want to show you what we did with this. So this is that embossing folder that I mentioned. So I went ahead and ran a piece of cardstock through it, just like this. So I ran it through this way. So this is 4 by 5.25. I cut it first and then I ran it through, and then I ran it through again separately. Remember, you have to do this separate with one of my arches to create this little guy. All right, so that is what we're going to do. So again, that is not tricky. That is not hard. You're just going to take your card front, run it through your embossing folder. I did it this way. You could also, however you want to do it, but I laid it down this way. And then I took that piece after it was already embossed and I just ran it through again with the arches die. So made it really, really simple. You're going to see this everywhere. This is such a good embossing folder. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to separate these two, and I'm going to go with just the outside of my frame. So we're going to use both pieces. So I'm going to turn this one over and I'm just going to put my adhesive on this guy right here. Really simple, really straightforward. And we're going to put that on the front of our cardstock, that folded card. And so it will pop up just like that. So it's just going to lay on there just like that. And then we're going to take this piece, which, can you guys see how that's embossed on there? I know sometimes, there we go. Sometimes with the way the light hits it, it's a little bit hard to see, but you can see that is so, so beautiful. I probably also have dirt under my fingernails yet. Apologies on that one. So we're just going to take this and I want to show you, we're going to put some dimensionals on here. And so the other thing we're going to do is we're going to add some ribbon. And so when I put my dimensionals on, I'm pretty intentional about where I want them to sit because I don't want them to get in the way of my ribbon and make it all wonky. So I'm going to do it right here. I'm going to leave this space in the back so that I can tie my ribbon on there. So we're just going to turn that around, come in with that Hydrandea Hue. So this is going to be a monochromatic card. It is all going to go together with that Hydrandea Hue. And then I made one in each of the InColors so that you can see it because I think it's just really pretty. It shows off the colors so well. So these InColors definitely have a little bit of a dusty hue to them. They are not clear and bright. They definitely have a little bit of softness to them. And I think that just makes them really, really kind of dreamy and pretty. Perfect for stamping, well, florals in particular, right? That's like so pretty. So we've got that bow on there just like that. So let's attach that to our card front. Now you could do this card with any embossing folder that you wanted, right? And you could use, I mean, the arches are so perfect for it, but I'm just thinking like we have that Lily of the Valley one, we have the fern one. I mean, the fern one will be absolutely stunning. But you see how that just gives it that little pop-up there? So it creates that little raised image. So I thought that was really, really cute. Now I've got my, let's go over here, scraps. You know, these are the scraps that we have when we cut our paper down for a card front. So card front 4 by 5.25, you always end up with these little strips, and they are so perfect for doing this. Let me grab my ink here quick. I was just talking with my friend Julie Salva about how she stores her ink. So she stores her ink pads by color family. And I store my ink pads in rainbow. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. And then I finish, my neutrals are separate. And then my new InColors I always keep separate too. So I'd love to know, I'm super curious how you guys store your ink pads. If you are one of those rainbow? Are you by color family? I just like looking at it with the rainbow. I think it's really, really pretty. So that is how I do it. But she's like, no, you gotta store them by color. So I'm like, well, I'm not changing it, and I like it the way it is. I think you gotta, when it comes to this kind of stuff, find what works for you, right? What makes you happy. All right, so we're just gonna cut that little greeting. So you can see we've got that little greeting right there. I'm gonna keep that ink pad open because we are gonna use it. But I'm gonna stick this guy on my card front, and I'm gonna come in with another dimensional. Just put him on the back there. And then he's gonna slide right in there. I might snip that little fella just a little bit. Give myself a little bit more room. But I'm just gonna slide it so it sits right under my knot. So it's gonna sit just like that. Now, we gotta get to those butterflies. So let's put that over there. Let's grab a piece of cardstock here. And I do have a handy dandy Post-it note because when you stamp these and you go to punch them out, she's a little tricky. They're at an angle. And so if you look at, this is how the punch sits. Do you see how it's angled over here? So if you can, when you're punching it, punch that angled. It'll make it life a little bit easier. I still sometimes have to cut a little corner off my cardstock in order to get it in that punch, and that's perfectly fine. But I'm just going to see if I angle it, if it makes it a little bit better. Look at how pretty those are. Oh, Hydrandea Hue. You are a winner, my friend. And again, you guys, if you haven't seen the magnetic pads, we love those. We love those. So only the new InColors will be in those magnetic pads. And one of the things you do want to think about, see how I can't get that in there, so we just have to make some cuts here. Only the new InColors will be in that the magnetic pad. We'll worry about the rest of the pads later. But one of the things you do have to know is that this is a felt pad rather than a foam pad. So when you go to a felt pad, you're going to need to get the re-inker that goes with that particular pad. Not a big deal right now because we're only getting these new ones, and you'll get the right re-inker with it. But just something to keep in mind as you work through some of that stuff. So if and when they make available, so just turn it upside down. Woo! The pads in other colors, know that your current re-inkers won't work for those. So just a little FYI there. So we're going to take these little guys, and I'm going to come in with my mini small Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to put one on the back of each, and I'm going to put it right in the middle there and just turn them over, and then we'll do like that, and we'll do like that. Okay, and then we're going to bring our card back. Now, when I put mine on, I like to take that little butterfly, and I like to put my finger in the middle, and just so that it gives it a little bit of movement. It'll probably get smushed a wee bit when you put it in the envelope, but I think it's strong enough that you'll be able to keep that little bit, and that just looks so much more, it's just so much nicer than having a flat butterfly. It kind of looks like it's flying. So again, just take your finger right in the middle, give it a little bend, put that one on. Now, as I was making this, I was like, this is so pretty. I need one more thing. I just feel like, I'm like, what do I need to get on there? And so I grabbed something that I don't think you've ever seen me use, and I am surely not, I don't use it that much, but it's my Wink of Stella. But these butterflies are perfect for a little Wink of Stella, aren't they? I mean, so good. I will say, when I made my practice card, I got a little overzealous, and I was very glittery. It was very glittery, but I don't think you can go wrong. I think that just adds like the perfect little shine to those butterflies. It's so perfect. And I like to, like, you don't have to be precise. You can just wing it on there. You're good to go. But I just think that is so pretty. And if you see, let's see if I can pull it up and you can see. Yeah, isn't that so nice? That little bit of sparkle. She is so pretty. So we're going to go there. I'm going to come in with some of the, so these are the 2026, 2028 InColor dots. And they come in two colors. And what I love about them is they're very pearlescent. They are not matte at all. They are definitely pearlescent. And so I'm just going to come in and put a couple of these sweet little dots on my card, just to give it a little something extra. Isn't that just so precious? I love it. I love it. It's so cute. And then obviously we would put a piece of white on the inside so we could make a nice little sentiment. So this is Hydrandea Hue. This is the first one I made, and I just cantaloupe crisp. Look at how beautiful that is. Love that. Perfect Pine. Perfect Pine needs a little bit of ribbon trimming. That looks a little bit like it needs a haircut, a little bit unkempt there. So let's give that a little. Much better, much better. Again, so pretty. And then we have Golden Glow. Again, I think this is a sleeper. This one definitely is like, let's get that little, oh yeah, so good. A little bit more of that wink of Stella. I'm always anxious about pushing too hard and getting a big glob on there. I mean, there's worse things to happen, but yes, so perfect. And then we have that, I can never remember the name of it, and it's so light written on here. Barely Blush. It truly is Barely Blush. That is a really beautiful light pink. So those are the cards that I have for you today. Like I said, very simple, very easy, but I feel like it's a layout and it's an idea that you could use over and over and over again. It's so cute. And you could, obviously we have the arches, which are perfect for this, but you could use a lot of other shapes there. But running it, your embossing folder through, cutting the shape out, popping it up, putting a little ribbon around it, really, really simple, really cute. I think that that works so well. Shows off one of our new bundles, which I love that. Shows off one of our new embossing folders, and it shows off our new InColors. Like I said, Hydrandea Hue, I think it's going to be a clear runaway, but do not sleep on Golden Glow. This is such a beautiful color, and I just think it plays really well with all of our other colors as well. So that is our simple stamping for today. Don't forget, I'll be here tomorrow at 4 o'clock with Craft and Chat, and I have a really fabulous project for you guys tomorrow. So make sure that you come back tomorrow at 4 o'clock for that. All of our videos from Facebook are uploaded to YouTube on Wednesday morning, so you can see them there. Facebook takes them down after certain times that they're on here, so you can always go to Hand Stamped with Lisa Pareto on YouTube, see everything. And I also have all the written dimensionals down. Cutting instructions and all of that is also there. Don't wait. Do not dilly-dally on getting signed up for our Craft Along Silly Old Bear. It's going to be so good. The projects are spectacular. Really, really spectacular. Lots of fancy folds, things like that. So really fun little gifts included. I think you're really going to love it. Really fun. And then we're going to get together. I'm going to do, it'll be Monday through Thursday. We'll do 3 projects each day. And if you can't join live, you can always pop on the replay. So it'll be there for you whenever you're there for it. You're also going to get a full color PDF. So however you like to craft, it will be available for you there. I'm working on next month's Pretty Paper Party. So that is our card club's, it's not a subscription because you just sign up every month, you know, but really, really cute. I can't wait to tell you about the paper I'm using. It's a new paper, one of my personal favorites. Super excited about that. And then next week, new Caddy goes live. It's going to be exciting times. Things are going to go fast. It's just the way that it is. Things are going to go fast. So I hope that you've had a chance to peruse the catalog. If you still need one, let me know. I will be sure to I'm happy to pop one in the mail if you don't have one yet. But thank you guys so much for being here today. I love my Mondays when I get to come on and chat with you. And tomorrow, Craft and Chat, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks, my friends. Make it a great one.